priest. I'm like dressed, and he had it like it was down to science, and he looked like a priest too. And I just didn't get it for the longest. But then after a while, because it's kind of hot, he's dressed in like full, like full outfit. He takes out of his like lapel, like his handkerchief. It's a pair of Spider-Man kids' underwear. He's like wiping his brow, and we just casually just put it back into his pocket.
Are you kidding me?
No, it was great, and he would just do it like mid-conversation, like he wasn't like playing it up in any way, but mid-conversation, every once in a while, he would just pull it out, like just dab his brow and put it back in his pocket, and just continue like deadpanned as hell.
That was the joke.
That was the joke. That he had kids' underwear as his handkerchief.
That's horrible, and that's how we're starting this episode, everybody.
I'm going to file that for a future Halloween costume.
Oh, my God, it was so good. It was so good because, he just wasn't, preaching or, like, he was just having a normal conversation with everybody, and just at some point, everybody, he would pull it out.
Have you seen the video of the atheist, the rabbi, and the priest smoking pot?
Yeah. Yeah, a while ago now.
Yeah, that's been a minute, but yes.
Yeah, I watched it last week. It was good.
Yeah, was it?
Yeah.
Right on.
Everybody, welcome to Walking My Wheels, a podcast that talks about anything that has absolutely no structure. Weird intro this week, huh, guys?
Episode number 24.
24.
24.
Yes.
Yay! We got Juan here. Juan is back.
Juan enjoyed being here last week.
Juan.
We appreciate everything that he shared with us, so we decided to invite him back for another episode. Have a good time. Talk about whatever.
Hola, Juan. ¿Cómo está?
Bien.
And, literally, we don't know what we're talking about, so we're just going to have fun.
Yeah, I think the last few minutes of conversation, we were like, what are we going to talk about this week?
Yep.
And
I just looked at Derek and I said, record.
Yeah, so that's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
We're just going to have fun with it. So, with me, my co-host, obviously to my left, I have Matt, as always.
The burn.
Or
CJ.
How you doing, interwebs? That's not me, man. See, there's a dude that
wait, you
play
just
with
dropped
CJ,
an interwebs.
so.
We haven't heard interwebs in forever.
I'm sorry, interwebs. I've been slacking.
I've missed that.
Have you really? Because you really gave me
In the
like a look.
beginning.
Yeah, you did give him hell about
I
it.
did.
You give him, like,
did.
I hate it. Well, how you
did.
doing,
And then I
interwebs?
was
Welcome
like,
back. I'm
but
here.
you kept doing it, and then
Exactly.
I'm like, oh, well, I
It just kind of stopped. It wasn't like I like consciously phased
because
it
you went
out.
from hey interwebs to no.
Yeah,
No.
so depressing.
Yeah. Paranoid android over here.
Nice ball. So then,
Can you tell him what CJ stands for?
I forgot what CJ stands for already. Oh, Chilean Jew? There we go. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. I've got so many nicknames, I was like, I'm cutting that one off.
I know I have a
Nipping that one in the bud. Sorry.
I have a joke, and I'm not going to say it because I'm going to have to edit it. So,
Now I'm intrigued.
cooter jabber.
Yeah! Leave that in.
Yeah, I will.
That's what she said.
Oh my god! So, all right, so we got that. Then across me, I got the man, the biff. The beard is finally coming back.
Yes.
Finally, and you got it
Yes.
nice and clean now. Not
Yeah.
so Grizzly Adams style.
Well, it's gonna come back. I'm gonna keep the sides trimmed down and let it just like go the length. Like forget the guy's name. It's the guy off of Comic Book Man.
Yes. Or ZZ Top. Brian from Comic Book Man.
Yes, thank you. ZZ Top. Yeah, good job.
Comic book.
Yeah, I'll be a sharp dressed man. All I need is some tush.
Absolutely.
And then to my right,
Brian Halloran.
the biggest soccer fan I know. What's up, man? How you doing, Juan?
I'm good. How about
He
you?
is. I don't know anybody who likes soccer more than him, to be honest. So
Well, I'm Mexican, so.
yeah,
I guess there's that.
that shoe is fitting. So how you doing, buddy?
That is.
I'm good. Glad to be back.
Yeah, thank you for not having us. Thanks for joining us. Words.
So Juan
Words are
plays
important.
FIFA online, right?
Right, yeah.
And then you played a dude from work.
Yes.
How'd that go?
Not too good. I got
Really?
my butt whooped. Yeah.
Who'd you play?
Cody.
Cody Gross.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
but
that's what that comment was about.
Shout out to Cody Gross for whipping Juan at FIFA 17.
Seriously.
yeah, but I did learn from him after playing. Not that he taught me, but I just have to be more patient. You know, I was moving too forward, and after I played him, I got my level, up. So I think, Cody, if you're listening, I'm gonna beat you next time.
Ooh.
And he
Yeah,
just dropped it on the table.
Derek
did.
likes to talk shit too about.
Broke it.
Why were you bringing
playing.
this up? We've already talked about
No.
you're kicking my ass in hockey once on this podcast. I don't want to relive it every time we have a conversation about video games.
It's okay.
This actually
yeah.
reminds me of me roasting somebody online. There was a dude who was talking about FIFA, this guy, and I don't remember. It was a friend of a friend we were playing with, and he was saying, he's like, I don't understand why people play sports games. And I'm like, because they enjoy them. He's like, man, if I feel like, you should just be able to go outside and play sports. I'm like, so I started grilling him. I'm like, what about all those people who can't walk? Or they're in like a scooter or something. Like, and Jenks was in there, Deathmare. If
Yeah.
you're listening to Deathmare, yeah, you definitely can confirm this. So I was just like, what about Jenks over here, man? Like he's got spina bifida, he can't play soccer. So are you going to take away his joy, you like ignorant asshole? And I had this dude like, he's just stuttering like
Definitely.
hell. And I was just like,
what if you only have yourself? You have to like kick the ball up against the house.
right, exactly.
I know. And what if you suck at it? You keep missing the bounce back.
What is he trying to? I mean, is he trying to say if you play Call of Duty, you should be in the army?
Yeah.
I mean, don't make sense. I mean, I
Yeah,
like
right.
to play Call of
Especially
Duty,
like that,
but
or like Russian, like in that what was it, Call of Duty 4? Like, oh, so you're just supposed to like go into an airport and
Juan,
start plugging people?
I know you haven't been on the podcast long, but we don't talk about Call of Duty.
Wow,
Welcome.
that was a nice. He didn't know that rule.
No,
I didn't know that rule actually.
Well, it's kind of unsaid because it really hasn't happened. We don't like we're not really Call of Duty.
I used to be a Call of Duty fan, but do you play Call of Duty?
not anymore.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's
Yeah,
Yeah,
it drives me
because after they went from PS3 to PS4, the platform change messed it up.
Actually, there is something because clearly the last Call of Duty was so bad, and they got so much shit for it, and it lost so many fans.
Is that the Advanced Warfare?
The Infinite Warfare.
Yeah, YouTube had 6 million dislikes and like 400,000 likes.
And that was before it even came out.
Right. That was before it even came out. Right. Well, there's been leaked screenshots, like pictures, like from somebody's cell phone, of a steel case of Call of Duty World War II. Like they're going to try to go back.
Oh, so
to
they're
the
going
original.
So they're going.
So they're
going to
get rid of all the perks and like. Well, they probably will still have perks or something, but they'll go away from all like the modern bullshit.
Oh, so they're going to go
away to what it was
back to
before.
like Battlefield 1,
Yeah.
almost.
Right.
Yeah.
Or like the original game, like where like it was like playing Band of Brothers.
Yeah.
Enemy at the Gates,
Yeah.
all rolled up into one
So
awesome campaign.
So what do you mostly play? I mean, I know he played baseball,
Right.
MLB. And then at one point, were you like 23rd in the world or something?
The best ranking I've got was number 9.
So
Holy Jesus Christ!
In the world.
That's online.
On
I mean,
EA
online.
server.
Yeah.
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 That's
We're not
ridiculous.
I know, seriously.
Dude. I've only ranked that high in one game. Like, and it was like Project Gotham Racing 4. I was
Who are like
nine,
did people play?
no, there was that was
seriously though.
no, that was actually
No, it was like 15 people, guys.
it was like 15 people. Totally. No, I was ranked 12th in the world
There you go.
at that point. And yeah, I was just like, I should go pro. No.
Well, Ben, my middle son, plays Overwatch, which apparently was like 2016 Game of the Year. It won.
Yeah, won a lot
tons of awards.
Never heard of it. I'm just kidding.
Wow.
I think they averaged like 7 million players online, and he was in the top 250,000 at one point.
That's difficult
So-
to get that high in the ranking.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
But
So, oh yeah,
But-
Destiny 2 has been confirmed. By the way, just I know you given up on Destiny.
I don't know
but
if I'm gonna play that.
yeah, I don't know if I'm going to grind much. What do you mainly play? Do you mainly play sports games?
Yeah, primarily just sports game.
So on the baseball, do you play classic or do you have to like use the joystick to move the bat where it needs to be up and down in the strike zone?
I play classic.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah, once you get used to a setting.
Yeah, I
No, have you
tried.
ever tried to play the baseball when you have to like use the left joystick or L3, whether you want to swing high or lower in the middle of the.
Yes.
I tried. I couldn't.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Yeah, it's so hard.
it's probably. I mean, it's
ridiculous.
just getting used to it. I think.
Yeah, but you don't have. I don't know, man. I don't have the reflexes to go, oh, that's going into the right-hand corner. That gets my thumb to go, bloop, and then press the button to swing. My brain does not work.
Oh,
like
no.
that. I
But
just
no,
wanna- I want to hit X.
You do the R3 to bring it back and flick it forward for the bat.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
so
I
it's
put-
rude
yeah.
at. So you
Yeah.
gotta like set the height and flick and hope
Yeah.
that you don't move the bat. Like that's too much coordination,
Yeah.
man.
It's crazy. It's very, very difficult.
So I'll ask, have video games, because I know even like FIFA, because I actually got FIFA, was it FIFA 12 was the last one that I had? But the like individual ball control like that you can have like just as just one guy, like you're just controlling one guy on the screen, is ridiculous. It's like so incredibly complex. Do you think it's gotten just a little bit too hard?
Playing the one guy or
Or like
game
just
in
like
general?
the games in general, like they've made them a little bit too complex.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Well, you've always kind of struggled with ball control, haven't you?
I heard you're a master at it. You'll cup them and everything. Just get it together, dude. Really? It's going to be that kind of day, huh? Okay, right on. Gotcha.
Well,
So-
Derek's single, so we have nobody to apologize to. Sorry, Lauren.
Wow.
Okay, so go ahead. You were saying
No, I was just saying, yeah,
back to the ball control.
it's tougher. I mean, the joysticks is just it's too much
See,
controlling.
I don't like the gameplay of controlling one person. That's something that took over. Like whether you play baseball or soccer or football, like you only control one player. There's a mode where you only
that's when
control
you're
one player.
That's usually like a career mode.
I know, but it's not my cup of tea. I want control of the entire team. So, because
Right.
if you're a receiver and you're slot out way to the right, then you're only
Giggity.
showing yourself. I don't know what he just
Yeah,
said.
yeah, and you're just running. You're running the play.
Yeah, you're
regardless
running
if
your
it's hitting.
route. Yeah.
But then you can skip all those plays and just run the routes where you're going to have it tossed to you, type of thing. But I don't like.
What's the matter, buddy?
It was well timed.
Yeah, it
Derek
was.
knows it.
I guess I have to listen to it.
Yeah, you'll have to
Fucker.
listen back to it.
Right.
Yeah. But
But so, what's your favorite game? Right now, it's FIFA, right?
Yeah, FIFA, but before it was baseball. I like Marvel too, Marvel vs. Capcom, but the old ones, the classic
like
Okay.
Marvel vs. Capcom
Sega
1 and 2.
Dreamcast.
Yeah.
version.
Fighting games are literally my least favorite games of all time. I'm just a button masher.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I liked them, but I just.
Oh no, dude, that was nothing better than doing like Mortal Kombat 2 was like when it like took off. You could do the
Mortal Kombat.
Well, Liu Kang, if you held down and then press like circle, like for 4 seconds and let go of it, he would do his little bicycle kick, would be like blah, 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 across the screen,
Yeah.
and then he could like fly, and then he could do like a high like laser thing or fireball, and then a low fireball, and then fatalities. So yeah, button mashing.
Fatalities.
That's when they stepped their game up. I mean, that was like
Fighting games.
Have you ever
are
seen
pretty
that?
fun.
That it's a little video. It's on YouTube. It's Benny Hinn when he's like throwing his jacket.
Oh
swinging
my
his jacket,
God.
And like waves of people are just falling on the ground. But when he throws his jacket, this little character from Street Fighter comes up and kicks the first person. and comes out, and everybody falls down. It's literally the funniest thing I've ever seen. This is going when we post this podcast, it's going to go up. It's the
Right.
funniest thing
That
I've
is
ever
great.
seen in my entire
What about your favorite video game of all time?
I was just about to say that. I just forgot the name. What was that game you guys were discussing that one time? It's by Naughty Dog, PS4.
Uncharted?
The Last of Us.
The Last of Us. The Last of Us. I mean, ever since
You mean Logan?
Ever since we changed, ever since PS1, evolved, or not PS1, PS2 changed. It kind of
Right.
changed from PS2 to from PS2 to PS1. There hasn't been games that I want to finish. I buy a game, I play half of it, don't finish it. The Last of Us, I had to finish that game.
The story was amazing.
The story almost the beginning honestly made me cry.
Yeah.
Right,
Oh, yeah.
right,
Yeah.
yeah.
Never played it.
You're missing
Me
out.
too.
I mean,
I played it. I couldn't finish it.
you don't like it?
I couldn't get into it just because, like, I get the story was pretty good, but like the downtimes in between, I felt like it was all the, those like extended sequences in like Uncharted where you normally have like some kind of like jumping puzzle to like break up the fact that like there's not much going on right there. It was kind of like that, but I don't know, not as engaging and entertaining for me.
I don't know. I think that's the quiet moments is what really made it for me. It's just because it's so crazy. Like, it's hard to bring this show into it, but like Walking Dead, those quiet, tender moments because there's always shit going on.
Right.
But in this world, you have a moment to just be like, and that's when you take the time to look around, to look at the scenery and really see the beauty of the game.
I don't know about you guys, but I got chills sometimes. I was just playing, and just something come up out of nowhere.
The giraffes.
The
giraffes. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Give me the game.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's a beautiful game.
Yeah.
But you don't go on chat. Don't sit there and talk to people. That's
a game you have to play.
You put your headphones on your headphones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not through the speakers.
Dude, Uncharted 2 was that's like the game that just grabbed me because I was a big sports game guy until that, and then it was like I started playing like 10 o'clock one night. It was on a weeknight. Had to go to work the next day, and like 4 o'clock in the morning, Joni's alarm's going off because she works from home, so she just wakes up whenever she wants, really early.
Yeah.
So I'm like, son of a bitch, I stayed up all night playing this game.
Oh.
Yeah, that'll happen to you.
Yeah.
Gosh.
At the same time, while games became more complex, I feel like there's more story. There's more of like a cinematic feel to them.
Well, yeah, Uncharted really, I think, really stepped up to that. But I don't know. You have your other games like Mass Effect. Aren't they releasing or just releasing new Mass Effect?
They just released Andromeda.
Yeah.
I think some of the pre-order people are playing it right now.
And I don't really have a...
First Resident Evil on PlayStation 1 was a pretty fantastic game.
I think, for me, like, I'm still not really playing games,
Yeah, you haven't gone
I haven't
back
been
at
online
all.
in a long time either, man.
Yeah, I mean, I want to, but I think I'm really sick of, like, the shooter-type style at this point. I'll get back into it, but I'm, like, the only game I'm really playing is on my iPad, which is, like, a fishdom. It's a dumb little game where I have a fish tank, and then I do the matching of 3 things, and then you get bombs, and you blow stuff up. It just this cheesy little game that I play before I go to bed. But, I'm looking for something kind of cartoony or something, I think I've already said this we already had a video game podcast, didn't we?
Probably.
And I think I said that. I want something that's more fun and, not a Zelda, but...
What about the new Crash? Have you heard about it?
New Crash Bandicoot.
I'm not a Bandicoot fan.
You're not? Oh, I was.
Yeah.
That was a Naughty Dog.
Yeah, Naughty Dog, yeah.
And I like Naughty Dog. They're the ones that do Uncharted.
Right.
So, but so I'm looking for something different because everything's the same. All these big games that are out there, all just kind of the same. And then I see they're trying to do other stuff and have more ethereal stuff in it, but I'm just kind of like, I don't know what it is, man. I need something completely out of the box at this point.
What about the new system, Nintendo? What is it called? Nintendo
Switch.
I will play that for 20 minutes, and I do not like handhelds.
No, it's not a handheld.
Yeah, it is.
It's both.
No, it's both, but I'm to go and bring it and...
Right. Well, no, I got you. You're not gonna
I'm not going to
disconnect
use
it.
the Switch for the whole thing. I'm not going to leave. And
The Switch is one of those
party and
things.
Play it with my friends, which is stupid.
Right. I think that the Switch is something that I'll probably look at in the future because as of right now, I know that they've got a lot of issues with like things like dead pixels, and stuff like that. But and the only game that's really out right now is Zelda,
which I heard is beautiful and awesome.
Yeah, I heard it's fantastic,
but it's still not 1080.
Oh, yeah, but it's cartoony, so it doesn't really matter.
See, I don't mind cartoony.
Right.
Like Ratchet and Clank, I think is awesome.
Right. I don't know. Nintendo knows how to make a game with a story, though. Like,
yeah,
they know how to, do that. I feel like that I'd probably wind up getting it once there's actually some more of a library.
Did y'all ever do the Final Fantasy VII? Was that in your repertoire?
The original Final Fantasy VII?
PS1?
Yeah, the PS1 Final Fantasy.
I never could get to disc. I could never get to disc 2.
Yeah, it was like 85 discs in it or something like that. It's like a really big game.
I thought it was only 2 discs.
I thought it was 3.
Was it 2 or 3?
I
I finished that game. That game was great.
remember visiting somebody once, and they're like, "Oh, done that," and they pulled out a disc and put it in another disc. I'm like, what? That's a gigantic game.
Yeah, well, those that and Final Fantasy VIII. I played those 7 and 8. I liked a lot. A lot of people didn't like 8, but I liked 8.
I have zero minutes playing any Final Fantasy game.
I have about 7. I downloaded it and put it on my computer, and I was like, I hate this.
Yeah.
I just stopped.
Really?
Yeah, it's RPG, and I'm not a big RPG guy.
Right.
Let me wait and take my turn to shoot. Beep, beep. Now come all the way back. Beep, beep. I just
a lot of the
it's
a lot of
Dungeons
the
and Dragons.
Gotcha.
Yeah, a lot of the new video game technology is going into phones, like games you can play on your phone or
I have
devices.
a friend who's actually working on making a video game for the phone that's virtual VR, a VR video game.
Yeah,
That's
that's
pretty awesome.
That's the next step for me. I think is the VR for the.
Have you
PlayStation
seen this?
platform.
I've seen a lot of advertisement for it, but Robo Recall, where it's basically you're just destroying all the machines, like 2 handguns, just going for it. Apparently, it's the most beautiful VR game, but because it's like one of the best looking VR games, but everybody who plays it is just like blown the hell away by it, as well.
It's like amazing.
Yeah, I feel like that's where it's going to go eventually.
All VR?
I don't
think so. I think it's going to be incredibly popular, and I honestly think VR is going to eventually succeed. But I don't think somebody's going to sit there for 8 hours and chug a VR.
You know what's going to happen? Somebody's going to put a friggin' VR headset on his head, and he's going to realize he has a lightsaber in his hand, and it's over. That's what's going to happen to you. And then you're never going to come out. It's the last time we're ever going to see you.
This is true.
It's Skynet. It's they're gonna take over via VR. So
I told you guys I tried VR at my friend's house down in Florida.
Do tell, because I don't remember this story.
I did the fish tank one, not the fish tank one, the one where you go underwater and there's a shark underwater, and you just.
Did you do it with like an Oculus or like a Vive?
PS.
Oh, the PlayStation.
The PSVR. It's straight up legit. I'm going to hold off and buy 2nd or 3rd generation, wait till it gets cheaper, and wait till the technology gets a little bit better.
Well, here's what I don't understand, though. I mean,
and wait till it can be wireless. It needs to be wireless.
Yeah, wireless, but when they, technology that they didn't promote well enough was what the Wii had. Xbox tried to do the Kinect, and then PlayStation had that little crazy-looking...
Yeah, it was the light sensors, which basically that's what the VR headset is that it's got different size light sensors all over it.
Which you need those for the VR also.
But I'm just saying, you would think that they would do more games and where you could.
Maybe they're not quite there yet. Put
the controllers in a gun and then have you point at the screen or, do something like that where you're not having the whole VR thing on your head.
In my opinion, this is what VR needs to do so it'll go to the masses. I honestly feel that VR needs to be 3rd row in a concert. So you can look at the band walking around you. You can see the fans behind you. I think VR needs to be... I'll pay $10 to go walk through the Guggenheim. To roll through and look at the paintings and zoom in on the paintings. I think that VR would explode if you allow people to see the world with it.
Well, there is a lot of that starting out now.
Yeah, but I think that's what needs to be promoted in that. I don't think video games is what's going to make VR great.
Right. Well, that's why Facebook invested in it. It's because they see this as being a whole entire way.
Make VR great again.
I don't think VR. I think VR is going to be a fail. That's just my opinion. I don't think it's there yet. Just like 3D, just like 3D TVs. Well, just like 3D TV.
3D TV failed.
Yeah, it failed.
It failed
completely.
Completely.
Yeah.
Well, there are some of them that's the thing is it's comes down to the content. And what I've noticed is on PC especially, the ones that are competing are HTC with the HTC Vive, because they don't do cell phones anymore. But and then the other one is Oculus Rift, And the problem is now you've got like all these libraries that are coming out, like these games that are coming out. Not all of them are cross-platform.
Yeah.
They're starting a platform war now when it's in its infancy, and it's like, you're going to screw up if you keep doing this.
Yeah.
Let people buy what they want until then later you establish brands.
Yeah, either that or everybody just needs to get on the same page because everybody wants that to succeed.
Right.
I'm going to check out the VR, but it scares the shit out of me, to be honest with you.
Really?
Yeah. I was listening to Kevin Smith do either an interview or he was a podcast or something. The guy from Clerks.
Yeah.
Silent Bob.
Jay. Yeah, Jay.
Well, Jason Mewes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Kevin
he was
Smith
talking
and
about
Jason
he did VR and like did it for a little bit and then afterwards got sick. So came dizzy because he never did it before.
Yeah.
He said he was surprised. He had to like start sweating and everything until he messed him up. So that's kind of a commonality too that I've heard of, is that people that aren't used to the VR world, some of them can make them.
Well, that's like one of the things, because it's infant technology, like it's in its infancy. So that one of the things that they've noticed is that, in order for it to really feel right and also make less people sick, it has to be running at 90 frames per second, like a minimum of 90 frames per second.
Okay.
Anything less than that, it's making people ill. So like the PlayStation VR is 60.
Yeah.
And there are people who are buying, like investing all this money into it, and they can't play more than 5 minutes before becoming nauseous.
Yeah, that was on my mind when I was sitting there, going through it. But I didn't get sick, so I was happy about that. But I was genuinely concerned. Like, is this going to make me dizzy? Because I get dizzy anyways easily. But too many circles on the scooter, I'm out.
Too many spins around in the chair. You just tuck your knees up sometimes and just like spin.
No, my legs don't do that. Thank you.
Oh.
No.
I'd say I'm sorry, but I'm not.
No, I know you're not.
No, I'm not.
I lost my train of thought. Juan, you have anything to say?
No, but like
Glad
you said,
you came.
VR does scare me too. I mean, I don't know if I can just be in that one world, just everything, just forget about everything, just be there. I can't
I've watched
do it.
Too much Doctor Who. I've watched too much, read too many things about conspiracy, Matrix.
Somebody else is in the room.
It's just one of those things.
You do feel like you're in a different place, though. If it's done right, you do feel like you're in a different place.
Well, that was one of the funniest things I saw is because before Vive came out, it was, you can get it, but as like a development kit, like an SDK, and people were buying them, and you'd have to deal with the fact that there's not much content out there, and it's usually like half experiences. And this guy invited over, there's a YouTuber I follow, Barnacles. It's a channel is like Barnacles Nerdgasm, and a fan invited him into his home to play with it, and like he had the guy, because he was playing like a zombie game where they're basically coming out of darkness, and you got to shoot them and fight them off from every direction. And he had his daughter, this guy had his daughter, like while Barnacles is in it, run up to him and just grab his leg, and he screamed bloody murder.
Yeah,
because
the scary ones too.
Exactly, it's scary, and now somebody's screwing with you.
Yeah,
so
you really feel like the scary ones, especially. You got the music, and you're like in this room, and it's dark, and you're just sitting there going, "I'm really might die right now. That might happen." You do have that. It really immerses you to where you are afraid.
I mean, I think I would like the sensation of it. Like
a roller coaster type of sensation. You're like, oh my God. It feels like you're there.
Like you're, in a dark hallway and you hear something behind you and you have the ability to turn around and see what the hell is behind you. So
exactly.
Now, it already scares me with cell phones. You know how you have the 3D and you can move it with your finger. You see the clowns right in the back. When you make a 360,
somebody
or a 180,
put some scary shit.
Yeah, that shit's already scary. It scares me. I mean, just imagine VR. I can't do it.
Yeah, can't get out.
Yeah. Five Nights at Freddy's.
So now we know what scares the hell out of Juan is clowns.
No, not just clowns. Anything.
He's like people. People scare me.
People scare me. Well, people are pretty scary.
You? What scares you?
Heights.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unless I'm secure. Like, it's funny because I'll get on a roller coaster, but the mall, I will not look down, and it's just 2 stories. I'm scared of heights.
Really?
Yeah.
So you don't.
You're okay with moving heights. Like my mom is like that. She can look at being in an airplane and like looking down. Yeah. If it's moving, like she's cool because she knows she's like in an airplane.
You can't walk along the glass.
No, I cannot. No.
And put your hand on the the railing.
Now, it was funny because we went to Panama a year ago, last year, and I was like, I want to be, I seen the hotel. I was like, I want to be right in front of the beach up there. It's like 30 stories. We got 27, number 27, And when I was up there, I would not go out on the balcony. I was scared somebody. I just feel like somebody's going to push me. And I would even tell my sister, like, pull her in because it just scares the crap out of me.
Even though you're like the other person there that could potentially push her. You're like, get the hell in here. Somebody's going to push you.
Right.
You're the only one here.
I don't trust myself.
No, I get that, yeah. Heights are kind of freaky. But that's the thing. It's like, with the experience like that, like, like Knick-Knack. Knick-Knack is terrified of deep water.
That's a weird thing, man. Swimming, you don't know what's underneath.
That is my biggest fear is open water.
Open water. Well, that's what, like I did. Like I told him to share play me, and I was on GTA. He comes in, and I'm like, I got a rebreather on, and I'm like deep underwater. He's like, oh, fuck. Just turns the TV off, and he like turns off his PlayStation and to come back in. He's like, I had to turn off my PlayStation because I didn't have enough time to like close out an application and all that shit.
Now, if it was scuba gear, I'm good with that. But trying to tread water out of my element in deep water with not being able to see shore, and even if you do or go underwater and look, it's just an abyss. It's just blackness because it's 400 feet down.
Yeah.
You don't know what the hell's below you.
Yeah.
You
can still fall to the bottom, but it just takes a lot longer to get there.
Well, you're not gonna fall anyway because you don't
buoyancy.
sink. Yeah.
What if you fill your lungs with?
To quote Tom Green, yes, that Tom Green. If my
that
body,
Tom Green,
that Tom Green.
Wow. When was the last time that name's been referenced?
Exactly when. He did this thing where he was saying that he was like going to swim across this river, and he did a press conference and he said the dumbest thing, but it was so accurate. He's like, if my body is 85% water, only 15% of me will have to swim.
That's something Tom Green would say.
Yeah, but you don't sink as a human. I mean, there's some, but
actually, what's funny is my brother-in-law, he sinks. He can't tread water. He can't float. And I'm like, how do you not float? Like, I just can let go. I don't even have to tread water, and I'm just floating.
I can't swim either, so I won't get in water either.
I can't. My ass floats, so it keeps my face in the water. It's not an enjoyable thing. It's weird.
True story.
True story.
True story.
Have I told that story yet?
No.
The lazy river of death?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I've heard about this secondhand.
Have I said this on the podcast?
No, you have not.
Can't remember.
I've heard about this a long time ago.
All right.
Reliving the
so let's bring up a near-death experience in 3 feet of water.
I hate you. All right. So this is what happened. So, go to Lake Winnie.
Lake Winnipesaukee.
For a work function, the spring fling thing or whatever. The spring party. So it's basically a local amusement park, a very small amusement park, but they do have a water park part of it also. I mean, for a local little thing, I mean, it's fun for families and stuff like that. It's a good gig. It's a nice little place. So
it has 3 slides.
3 slides.
3 slides, a kiddie thing, and a lazy river.
Yeah, the water park. But I mean, for some little local thing, hey, a kid could easily spend a day there.
Yeah.
So my wife at the time was hounding me about getting in the lazy river. Let's go to the lazy river. I'm like, I don't want to, you see how crippled I am. It's not I got to get on the inner tube. Yeah, it's just, I'm just not really feeling that. I can't swim anymore like I used to. I'm not comfortable. You'll have the tube. You'll have the tube. I'm like, all right. And all I want to do is just,
Hey, if when you swam back in the day, were your arms flailing like when you were walking?
No, I had more control of my body. I had a lot more. It's not a control
in the water.
Thing. No, I don't flail.
I'm just saying when you.
No.
Okay. Okay. Just.
No. It's not like walking nowadays. Maybe I don't know. So, where was I?
So yeah, you're saying she's like, yeah, you got the tube,
Yeah.
but you're not
she
like
was-
really comfortable in getting in the
Yeah,
water.
so she's like, we'll put you in. And so I have no neck strength. So if I'm like, my back is at like 10 degrees, I have to hold my head up. My neck gets tired very quickly. It's like if you go get your hair cut and you sit in the chair at the barbershop, you're holding your neck up. It wants to go back. So my neck gets very tired. It's part of the disease. So I'm like, fine, I'll go in the freaking thing, right? And my friend Drew was there, so he was helping out. So he picks me up, sits me in the tube. We're going around. And I'm saying my neck's, I'm like, oh, this is so uncomfortable. So I try to kind of roll over to get on my stomach. Before you know it, the whole freaking inner tube flips. Boom. I am underwater. I'm underwater. I try to lift my head out of the water, but which is already difficult in itself because my ass is a flotation device that wants to float higher than my head because I'm face down under this freaking thing. So I lift and all of a sudden, boom, my head hits the tube is on top of my head. Boom, I can't. And I'm like, son of a bitch, I'm going to die. I'm petrified. I'm like, I don't know. So now at this point, yes, my arms were flailing. So I'm trying. So I'm trying to reach it. Meanwhile, my ex-wife and my friend Drew are about 20 feet behind me, just talking about stuff. You know, talk about their day. I don't know what the hell's going on. So, boom, my hat comes off. It's my favorite Boston Red Sox hat. It comes off, and I look at it. And do you remember the scene in The Matrix when he's at the top of the building and he's holding the phone? He's trying to go across, and he drops the phone, and it stops for a second, and he's like, and then boom, it's gone. That was my situation with the hat. That's exactly what it felt like. It was there. I'm like, my hat, and then it just took off. I'm like, I just lost my favorite hat, and I still haven't taken a breath yet. So finally, I get boom, my head gets out of the water. I take a breath, and I'm right back down. I'm like, son of a bitch. So I'm like, I can't. And I'm still just trying to grab for the handle on the tube because it's such a big tube. I can't reach my hands over and grab myself. Okay, sorry. I'm like, so I'm trying to die. I haven't eaten breakfast right now, so I feel like I'm going to pass out while I'm telling this story, to tell you the truth. So, finally I flail, and then I'm underwater again. Tube ends up on top of my head. I'm trying to get my head out. I'm like, now we're having life issues. I'm really going to die. My glasses fall off my face. I'm like, oh, shit. And I do this swing of my arm and catch my glasses by the end of the arm with my pinky and my hand, or my glasses would have been gone forever. So, and I managed to put them back on my face. I don't know, in my near death experience. So finally, I grab the edge of the tube, and I grab it. I'm like, okay. By this point, we've gone halfway around the lazy river. I finally have gripped it. So in the meantime, Cynthia's like, hey, I think my husband's drowning. Goes. So my friend comes up. He's like, you all right, man? I'm like, no, I'm not fucking all right. I'm screaming, right? And so we get around to like the beach area where it's like 3 feet. So there's like 3 feet of water. It's where people walk in and out. So we're just past that where the jet is just pushing. And he asked me, he's like, do you want to go around again? I'm like, no, I don't want to go around. He's like, you sure you want to come out? I'm like, yeah, man, this wasn't fun, man. I didn't like this, dude. And this random lady. Now, Drew's got me. I'm not going anywhere. We're in 1 foot of water. I can either come forward or go back. He's pulled me back a little bit. I'm not in the jet stream that's trying to suck me back into the void. We're like right at the edge of the beach. He can, pull me. We're fine. So this random lady comes up to me, and Drew's holding me, and I'm just like, I want to get off this thing. I don't want to be on this. I want to get off this. And she comes through him. She goes, Sir, are you okay, sir? And then turns around and goes, lifeguard! Screaming at the top of her lungs. And I look at Drew, and I'm like, really, dude? He's like, I know, right? So, and the lifeguard comes and moseys on up to me. And they have that thing that they throw in the water that floats behind him. He comes up to me, and he's like, bloop. Just drops the thing in the water. And I look at him, I'm like, dude, I'm all right, man. He's like, all right. And he just grabs the little thing, turns around, and walks away. And then Drew picked me up and put me back in my chair. So I almost died on the lazy river of death. So now it's always the lazy river of death. So that's my story, guys.
The LROD.
I'm gonna get you back on it this year.
No, it's not happening.
Oh, yeah.
No, I know it's not happening.
Oh no, because
No, it's not happening.
No, listen.
It's not even. This isn't even a conversation. I don't even
Derek,
know why we're having this.
Derek, remember, I'm going to get that papoose thing, you put a baby in. I'm going to put you in it. I'm just going to carry you around Lake Winnie. I'm going to get in the lazy river with you. It's going to be all good.
And you can get one of those floats that like normally go around arms. You can get it for his neck, so it keeps his head above water.
That's not how that works.
Totally.
That's not how that works.
Not how it works.
Yeah,
My neck is swole.
But I don't understand, why was your wife
He's a
behind
Gatosaurus.
Well, they just got me in. They got me in
They got him in,
and they're like, okay, let's grab our stuff.
Yeah.
So they're behind.
You sure
Well,
she
see, because he
wasn't
was
trying
he had no control of the tube that he was in. And that jet stream got him and pushed him further out than them because they were probably dragging their legs or trying to get into
Yeah, I mean, it takes
into
time.
theirs.
Yeah, it takes
okay.
a moment.
And literally everybody in Chattanooga was in the lazy river at that point too. So
I love that.
I thought I was gonna die.
I heard about it afterwards. Like, yeah, man, he just like. I didn't realize it was like you were like floated down the lazy river like underwater.
Oh, it was scary. It was like
Oh,
a legit
shit.
thing. I still can't believe I have my glasses on my face right now because they
Seriously,
were
I'm
gone.
gonna
I
take you down
literally caught him by my pinky, at the very end of the arm.
You're not in the mic. It's just saying.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I'm just showing you guys.
Gotcha.
Well, he
I
couldn't.
don't have to
he,
describe any further.
he couldn't see the mic. I mean, he took his glasses off.
No, I'm not blind like that. Not like Coke glasses, but so that's my story. And on that, we're
Man.
done, guys. I'm done with this podcast.
you know,
He's like, I'm
all
hungry.
worked up. Yeah, I'm hungry.
I know what the
I'm all
name.
worked
I
up,
know what the
man.
name of this one is, though. Right?
What?
Die with your glasses on.
Nice. Nice, dude. All right, yeah, that is the
So-
name of the episode. So
There we go.
You know what they could do? They could take your experience and make it into a VR.
nope. Juan, do you have anything to say before we go?
No, thanks for having me again.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely, anytime. We're gonna have you back again. It's fun. Anything you want to say, Matt?
No.
All right, I love that. And Chris, anything you want to say, buddy?
I don't think
Nothing,
so.
man.
Nothing.
I just, I'm going to take you on the lazy river of death again.
No, it's not happening. I'm not going on a freaking thing. That's
Not going on a freaking
That's
thing.
not a dream.
How are you going to stop this?
I'm gonna.
How?
I have good
How?
grip on the scooter handles. I ain't letting go, man. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going in the lazy river.
So I ain't even
It's
going
not
to Lake
happening.
Winnie. Screw you.
Yeah.
No, it's just not happening.
Yes, it is.
That's it.
Yeah, it is.
Let's take up skydiving.
No. All right, everybody out there. Hashtag
Be love.
be love. Hashtag.
Because Metallica.
Oh, we're so much getting close to it, man. We're getting closer. So, all right, everybody. Thank you for listening. And remember, even a speed bump can be a jump, unless you're in a lazy river.
Of death.
Thank you for supporting Walking in My Wheels. You can listen to us on iTunes, Google Play, and YouTube. Also follow us on Facebook and Instagram. If you have something to say, email us at walkinginmywheels@gmail.com. Keep being awesome people and hashtag be love.